Valentine's Day is upon us. Guys, are you ready? What have you done for Valentine's Day? Are you ready? It's going to be big, 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 big. Everybody's going to go out there and spend a ton of dough, and you may go out and be getting something. Now, where are you getting it? Are you getting it online? Are you going in person? Nancy Cahalen with us from the Better Business Bureau, because we got to be careful on any of these major holidays. And Nancy, thanks for being here. Valentine's Day is one where an awful lot of guys go out and spend big, but they're looking for some deals too.
Yeah, we already know they're last-minute shoppers because Valentine's Day is tomorrow. So that pressure can make you more susceptible to scams as well, because you've got that pressure on you, and you're willing to kind of pay a little more, be a little riskier just to get that gift there on time. So what do we need to look out for? As always, we need to look out for imposter websites. You should be alert to them. There are fake jewelry sites, fake online dating scams. They're just so easy to replicate. They look like the real thing, and so you have to be very careful. You look up into that URL and see if it says up there what they're claiming to be. If you have, if it's a retail store, go where you can trust that it's the retail store. The link maybe from your own experience with them previously. You just don't want to take chances, because some of these products, big red flags, there's going to be extreme discounts, big deals. So, too good to be true deals. And the sellers are going to request that you pay with like Venmo or cryptocurrency or gift cards. So these are all big red flags. Steer clear.
Yeah, especially with Valentine's Day, you want to make sure that you're able to get a hold of somebody if something isn't quite right for your Valentine. And if it turns out that you're dealing with the wrong people, that's not going to be possible.
Right. A lot of these fake sites, of course, you're not going to be able to reach customer service. They're not going to have a brick and mortar location where you can go if there's an issue. So there are some clues that they are fakes, and look for them. So, Valentine's Day, not everybody has a sweetheart on Valentine's Day. And I think those that don't are especially susceptible to these romance scams. So the scammers take advantage of either people that have just had a recent breakup or just don't have anyone special in their life, and they talk their victims into doing things that they wouldn't normally do. It's that emotion that takes over. They get their victim with a hook with a sad story. A lot of these have the same kind of theme. Maybe you connect with someone, they're overseas, doing some kind of missionary work or something. They were mugged, they lost their passport. There's these stories that they tell you, and if you can send them some money, then they can come visit you, or they'll some other story. But you never meet them in person. The relationship moves very fast, and they ask for money. So if you have those three things happening, you've encountered a scam. And if it's not a scam, you probably want to steer clear anyway.
Right. That is some very, very good advice. But I'll tell you, these scammers, man, they're just so evil. This poor person has just gone through some heart-wrenching breakup, and they just want to be loved or to have somebody that they feel is, understands them, and then to be taken advantage of. They'll never love anybody again after that. Yikes! Right. There are some other scams out there too.
Yeah. So if you get a wrong number, you get a text. Someone messages you, and it seems like they've got the wrong number. It seems harmless. You might reach out to them and say, hey, I think you got that, to the wrong number. You're looking for someone else. That's just part of the scam. So now someone responded. They know it's a real number. They know you're a nice person. You're responding. You're helping them out. The messages aren't going to stop now. They're going to keep sending you messages. They're going to probably send you a link to something. They're going to ask you to sign up to a website, or they're going to try to get your personal information. Just don't respond to these. The best thing to do, don't respond. And again, talking about if you're suspecting that you're in a romance scam, cut off all communication, block them. If you met this person through a dating app, report it to the dating app. And of course, we want people to report these to Scam Tracker, bbb.org/scam tracker.
So flowers and candy, of course, are the big things for people to get their Valentine. I'm sure there's some scams around that as well.
Yeah, so this is especially good advice for today, because the first thing it says is don't procrastinate. So if you're ordering flowers today, the chances of you falling for a scam have gone up quite a bit. We've received a lot of reports from shoppers who thought they were ordering flowers from an online florist, but either they got nothing at all or what they got was very disappointing. So the thing is that they may be the only one that promises to deliver it on time for you. So right now, you might be better off going directly to the store, buying it, and delivering it on your own. So some red flags to look for. The business has no reviews or just bad reviews. So you can check that out at bbb.org. You can't find a return policy or a satisfaction guarantee or anything like that. And the deal is too good to be true. So we got a complaint recently, and it was about a local florist, but it turns out it wasn't a local florist. That was just the identity that these scammers had assumed.
Yeah.
So, it's easy. You got to remember, it's easy to create these websites. They have the same tools as reputable businesses have for marketing their scams. So be very careful.
The first one that you gave us too for this on the red flags is just so simple. You see something and your impulse is that's a great deal, or there's the florist and I just want to get these flowers. But honestly, we're talking probably a minute to check those reviews. What did somebody else have to say about this? And I can't find out what anybody else said about it because there's no reviews. Yeah, that's a huge red flag. So some of these really, just takes us literally a minute to ensure our safety from some of these scams.
Yes, absolutely. And on the romance one, we've talked about this looking up the picture, going onto Google image, looking up that picture, see if it shows up in a number of other profiles. So that's something to look for. You just have to be careful. The scammers play on your emotions. That's why the puppy scam is so prevalent. And people say, I'd never fall for that. Yeah, until you think you're getting a puppy. And the same thing happens here. I have a couple of examples of real live scams. One where a woman in Westminster lost her condo because she took a loan against it to send money to a scammer. And she had met this scammer. It was the love of her life. They were going to find a home together and retire somewhere. And it never happened. Instead, she lost all her money. She couldn't afford to keep her condo. And, I don't know where she's living now, but she lost it.
It's just so sad.
And the other one was a woman in Western Mass lost $250,000 of her money and her family's money. Her family, she had talked to them about this relationship. They were all, go for it. This is such a nice guy. He's going to be so helpful. He's going to help you make money. It's good for the family. They encouraged her. So there's people that fall for these scams are not stupid. A lot of them are educated. They didn't do anything wrong. They shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed. It's the scammers that are doing something illegal. and they're the ones that should take the blame for all of this. It's never your fault if you were scammed, but if you report it, especially to bbb.org/scam tracker, we can help others avoid these same scams.
Yeah, absolutely. Boy, those stories are a little bit frightening. Well, Nancy Cahalen, happy Valentine's Day to you, and thank you for keeping us safe.
Thank you, Hank. Happy Valentine to you and Ben. And if you want to read more, bbb.org/Valentine.